The Sea Witch's Sanctuary by Soraya. Chapter 1. The Lady. Tara remembered the first time so long ago. She was about 5 years old, in the water, sinking into the depths, and the lady was there, floating in the water beside her, smiling at her, reassuring her. She was so beautiful. Her skin was smooth and pale, and her long silver hair floated around her. Tara wasn't afraid, nor did she need to be, and somehow she knew that. She remembered the feeling of that strong arm clutching her around her waist and dragging her to the surface, coughing and spluttering. She knew it was her father's arm. They had gone sailing, always wearing their life jackets, but for some reason she had taken hers off when her parents weren't watching, and she just stepped off the side of the yacht. Her parents were so relieved that she was safe, but angry at what she had done. She could remember crying and her mother holding her tightly. Later, when everything had calmed down, they asked her why she had done it, and she remembered saying, "I just wanted to see the lady." Understandably, her parents were confused and worried, but no matter how much they questioned her, she wouldn't speak of it. It was only after her parents died and she had moved to this tiny island that she saw the lady again. She stood on the shore of her island, and strictly speaking, it wasn't her island, but it was so remote that it could have been. Off-season, she could go days, sometimes weeks, without seeing another soul, and that suited her fine. She could stand on the shore and watch dolphins playing, leaping out of the water and splashing back into the sea. Seals often lay on the rocks, resting from the never-ending task of catching fish, and there were plenty to catch. Far to the north, she could see a hint of Westray, one of the Orkney Islands, but other than that, Tara could see nothing but the sea. The folk who lived on neighbouring islands called her Ushka Banabushka, Gaelic for water witch, but never to her face. Even though these small islands were scarcely populated, it seemed to her that everyone knew what was happening, and who was who. Several small boat services carried a few passengers, delivered mail or medicines, carried news, and sometimes they carried gossip as though it was of vital importance. Tara, outwardly friendly, valued her privacy, but she knew that this common need to know was also something of a lifeline for many residents who would otherwise live quite a lonely life. The rolling waves of the incoming tide gradually crept over the sand, covering her feet and sending a feeling, a tingling through her body, making her feel alive. There was magic in the water, a powerful magic, and she couldn't understand why no one else seemed to feel it. It coursed through her skin, her bones, and her very soul. Tara stood there, looking for the lady, as she did every day. One day, she would see her again. She was sure of it.